How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to talk to you today about the newest stock that is in the EV slash autonomous driving space that is going public through a SPAC merger. So this is a company that was just announced today, I believe, and it's been blowing up in my chat all day on my Patreon and my Discord chat, and I want to cover it because so many people had questions about it. Now, this is a company that has moved up a very small amount. It's still under $11. So I want to explain it and tell you what I'm doing with the company and whether I'm buying it or not. So if you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Also hit subscribe if you haven't already hit subscribe. If you want to sign up for the Patreon and be able to hear about this before anyone else, you can check out the link down below. You will be in a group with 1,000 other investors, over 1,000. So definitely check that out. And if you want those free stocks through WeBull, I talk about them a lot, but people keep on signing up. You can get 4 free stocks, some worth up to $1,600. And honestly, Google is worth more than that. And someone got a share of Google recently that I heard about. So definitely check out the link down below. Just deposit $100. You can trade pre-market and post-market trading hours. So if you got excited about the stock, you could buy it up until 8 p.m. Eastern time if you sign up down there. So definitely consider that. So the company that we're looking at, the ticker symbol is THBR. And it got covered a lot in different articles this morning because of this announcement. They announced that they're going public through a SPAC. And now this is a semiconductor company, but they work with cars. So I'll go through the investor presentation in a minute, but they are traded under THBR now, but they will trade under the ticker symbol INDI. So again, they're Indie Semiconductor. That's obviously why they're called INDI, and that will be on the NASDAQ. They'll own about 24% of the new company. Now, this company is valued around $1 billion after the SPAC merger goes through. They're expecting revenue of about $23 million this year, and they expect this to ramp up to about 10x this number in 2023, and then continue to grow after that. They say that they're going to expect an 85% compounded annual growth rate through till 2025. They think that their target market is about $16 billion, and they think this will more than double over the next 5 years. Now, they say here that there's a strong demand for silicon and software inside automobiles to set up Indie's growth. Today, vehicles have around $310 worth of silicon content per vehicle, but they expect this to grow to over $4,000 per vehicle. Now, just looking at their investor presentation, they say here that they have about $2 billion worth of strategic backlog of contracts, and they have identified about $2.5 billion in the pipeline. Now, this will give them cash of about $500 million, and this will help them further expand. Now, again, they say that they have a $33 billion in rapidly growing total addressable market, and they show here how they expect their addressable market to increase. So they have different parts that they work in: the connected car, electrification, safety systems, and user experience. They expect all different growth rates here, and they expect the total addressable market to grow by about 12% a year up until 2025. Now, they talk about this here, and we just discussed a minute ago, that they expect the silicon content to increase in vehicles over the following years. Now, I'll be completely honest, I don't really understand the extent of this. This is on their investor presentation, but I want to give you this information before anyone else, and so that you can do some research on it if you just hadn't heard about it. So I am still going to do more research myself, but you can see here their unit shipped, which I think carries a lot of weight. You can see that by about 2015, they're around 20 million units shipped. 2 years after that, they pretty much doubled it. And then 2 years after that, they doubled from there. So they continuously seem to double about every 2 years. Now they've shipped over 100 million units. Now, that's pretty impressive, and you can kind of see what they've actually done. So their initial design win in 2016 was some wireless audio semiconductor component. Now they have AI accelerators in the pipeline along with Lidar. They have already had design wins in wireless charging and power distribution, and right now shipping today they're with Apple CarPlay and wireless audio. So they do a lot of different things. You can kind of see how they're all connected here between the Lidar here and connectivity, connecting everything in in the car to the outside world and everything like that, to UX to EV here. So they have their hand in a lot of different parts of the car. And we've talked about Lidar a lot on this channel before, especially with laser stock. And then there's another stock that we talked about too that wasn't as well known. But Lidar is the ability to increase your sense of surroundings through light and radar. This is a field that is going to grow a lot over the following years when we see a lot more autonomous driving vehicles. Now they have their other parts of their business here, and they go through each one of them, kind of just showing the picture and then having some keywords there. They don't really explain it too much, but here you can see that they explain a little bit better. I'm not going to dive into all that just because we only have so much time. Now, just to reiterate their financial highlights, they say projected 85% compounded annual growth rate, $2 billion worth of backlog. They expect a much bigger addressable market. They kind of give out their revenue projections here, but I will say they have stagnant growth from this year compared to last year. So about $23 million worth each year. And then next year, they're expecting this to just about double, and then double from there, and then double and a little bit extra from there. And then it starts to slow down by 2024, but they are expecting a lot of growth. The thing that I'm cautious about is they don't show in here anything before 2019. So I don't know why they're experiencing about the same amount of growth this year that they did last year. I'm sure that's due to the pandemic, and they have been able to increase their profit margin percentage. But right now, I don't fully understand the company. I don't understand everything with it. But I will say at the price that it is now, it offers a lot of upside and very little downside. So with these SPACs, they offer very little amounts of downside because they're kind of capped off at $10 a share. So they have the ability to go up to 20, 30, 40, whatever dollar amount before the merger and after the merger. But before the merger is completed, they have a limited downside of $10 per share. So I am highly considering buying into this company just because it offers so much value with limited downside. So right now, if you bought it, you would have about a 7.5% potential downside. And of course, do all your own research. Don't take financial advice from anyone on YouTube. I'm not giving financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. But I am highly considering this. I have been selling out of some other positions, though, that are somewhat similar. I've been selling out of some EV just because there is so much EV out there. But with this one, it presents such a limited downside. I might buy just as a swing play and see where it goes from there. So again, kind of risky, but it's really early on, so I am definitely considering it. So let me know your thoughts on this down below. Let me know if you're buying it. I think it presents a lot of upside. Again, I need to do more research, but if you want to know exactly if I buy it and when and how much, you can check out the link down below to Patreon. You can get the information a little bit faster there too. Like I said, I saw it right when I woke up this morning. People were already messaging me on it. So definitely check that out. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for checking out WeBull. And if you want to see a video on another stock that I just bought earlier today that I think is undervalued, especially compared to some of its peers, definitely check out this video here. Thanks.